So, hello students. In my previous class, in case of the English language, I had taught the simple present tense. According to the sentences like affirmative, negative, interrogative, likewise. Only the two things that you have to pay attention very carefully. One for simple present tense and another for the simple past tense. Because in both sentences, in case of affirmative sentence, the helping verbs are not used. Like in simple present tense, do and does, these helping verbs are used. But did you see any helping verb in case of the affirmative sentence? No. When that it starts the negative and interrogative sentences, there that we have to apply the helping verb over there. Do or does. Same like in simple past also. In case of affirmative sentence, the helping verb did is not used. But generally when we start to make sentences in negative and interrogative sentence of simple past tense, there we have to apply the helping verb, the word did. Rest all of the tenses like present continuous, present perfect continuous, or the past continuous, past perfect continuous, respectively in all tenses except simple present and simple past, rest all, even in affirmative sentences also, the helping verbs are used. So there that we do not have any difficulties at all to use the helping verb, because that helping verbs are used in affirmative sentence also, negative also, interrogative sentences also. Only that in two sentences, one is simple present and another one is simple past tense. For this only, in case of affirmative sentence, helping verbs are not used. So, for these two tenses, we have to pay attention very carefully and we have to understand the concept also very carefully. So, today we are going to discuss about the present continuous tense. Present continuous, or you can say the progressive. Either present continuous tense or present progressive. So, what kind of action that does it play in case of present continuous? That is, at the time of speaking, whenever that if anyone says or anyone writes, so at the time of speaking, if the action is continuously that going on at present also, remember that only the action word through the various formation of the action words like V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, that we are able to recognize, we are able to identify that this sentence particularly belongs to which tense. So action word is very, very important. That is called the verb in all tenses. So, at the time of speaking, if that still that action is going on, so that is known as the present continuous tense or the present progressive tense. Say for an example, in the morning that you started for your school from your home, you were walking and you were going to school. So your action started from your home, the walking, and still that you are on the way. You have not reached to the school. So think yourself, while that you are on the way to school, think yourself, like what action is going on? So your walking action is going on. Have you reached the school? No. Still my action of walking is going on. So this is known as the present continuous tense. So, in case of this present continuous tense, affirmative sentence, the structure is subject plus is RM plus before plus object. This is the structure of affirmative for present continuous tense. So there are three, the helping verbs are used. So it depends upon, like as I told you, the pronouns. So there is no difference. In my previous class that also I had explained, there is no difference between noun and pronoun. Pronoun is simply a representative of the noun. So is used for he, she, it. So he for Ram, if you write in the sentence that it is written Ram, Shyam, Gopal as a subject, or Sita, Gita, Rita. So that is he, she, helping verb is used, that is. We will also apply the same helping verb with respect to Ram, Shyam, Gopal, Rita, Gita, whatever it is. Now the word are. Are is used for that you, we, and they. And am, simply that it is used for that you well know. Am is used for I. So one example. And beforehand, that there are some adverb of time, as just in my previous class for simple present tense, that I explained about the adverb of time, that is special words like generally, occasionally, frequently, usually, rarely, sometimes. So these all that the adverb of time is used in case of simple present. For present continuous also, there is the special word that can be used as adverb of time. So what are those? You can have a look here. Adverb of time. That is now and OW, at present, at the moment, today, tonight, again, These words actually are used as adverb of time, means during that time that what kind of action was going on. And by using this structure for affirmative sentence, we may add these particular words also as an adverb of time. Now one example, like the teacher, so the teacher, it can be male or the female also. So for he and she, so for subject he and she, which helping verb we used? That is. So we shall also write here is. The teacher is. Then after before that you know very well that along with verb, that is ing form is added. So for the word go, going, come, coming, run, running, likewise. So here the word teach, so IAT, teaching. The teacher is teaching, that is before, object, that is English. Or any of the adverb of time that it may be used, that is now. So the teacher is teaching English now. The teacher is teaching English at present. The teacher is teaching English at the moment. But in case of this today and tonight, tonight means that today night, this indicates the future. So the future action is also written for the present continuous tense. Like one example. He is living for Delhi tonight. He is leaving for Delhi tonight. Actually that it indicates the future tense. But this may be used in terms of the present continuous tense also. He is leaving for Delhi tonight. Or he is leaving for Delhi today. This helping verb, the adverb of time also may be used. So simply that the original formula of affirmative sentence is, that is subject is MR plus before plus object. And now that I am going to give you some tips, the technique, that how to write in negative sentence and interrogative sentences. These two are very much important. So by saying that the original structure of any tense, just that make the structure here and there, the correct use that if you know, you can make the negative sentence, you can make interrogative sentence as well. Only in terms of the simple present tense and the simple past tense that I have to explain you in details. Rest all of the tenses, as I said, that even in affirmative sentence that helping verbs are used. So there that we need not to get any confusion. So you are looking here for affirmative. Subject is MR, before an object. And for this, you have to change into negative. What you have to do is that just after using the helping verb, in case of present continuous tense, just after using the helping verb, just after. If you are using helping verb, so just after using the helping verb, the word not is written here, so that it will be a negative sentence. This you remember the technique. Except the simple past or simple present, the rest of the tenses, as you are going to use the negative and interrogative sentences, what you have to do for negative, that after using the helping verb, just after using the helping verb, that the word not is written, so that it will be your negative sentence. Now in terms of interrogative sentence, what else that you have to do? So for interrogative sentences, for yes-no question, that helping verb should be used as first of all, yani, that before subject. So that will be your interrogative sentence for yes-no. So is should be written first. Is the teacher teaching English now? What you have to do for making interrogative sentence, that use the helping verb first of all, that is before subject. First you use helping verb, then after subject, then after before, then after object. Or any that a verb of time also may be added. So for that you are using the helping verb first of all. Yeah, that is before subject. So here that is the teacher teaching English now. That will be your interrogative sentence. If you are going to use the WH question, like why, which, when, where, how. So first of all that you write the WH question. Then helping verb. So like for an example, that is you are writing first of all. So before is, the WH question should be given. This technique that you have to understand while forming a sentence in different kinds of tenses. So, when is the teacher teaching English? That is your WH question. In terms of WH question, that let it be any tense, except the simple present and simple past. What you have to do? First of all, that WH word you will have to write. Then after that, the helping verb that is to be used for that particular tense. So first WH question, like why, which, when, where, and then after helping verb, then subject, then before, and so on, that it will go on. So that you can make the interrogative sentences also. So this was the full explanation about this present continuous tense. Now next, we are going to discuss about the present perfect tense. Present perfect. That is affirmative sentence. And its structure is subject plus have has plus V3 plus object. So two helping verbs are used. So definitely for different subjects that helping verb also will differ. So for the word have, we may use I, we, you, they. Along with the subject I, we, you, they, we use helping verb as have. Whereas for has, he, she, it. These are the helping verbs may be used. And third formation of the verb. So how to identify that whether this sentence is from the present perfect tense or no? That certain action which has come to an end just now. Certain action which has just finished, just. So that we are using the present perfect tense. So in this, that there are some adverb of time also that we may use. Adverb of time. That is just now, already, recently, currently. So these adverb of time, in case of affirmative sentence, the present perfect tense may be used. Just now, already, recently, currently. So for example, one, Ram is the subject. Which helping verb shall we use? That is has. Ram has. Then after third formation of the verb, that is finished. Homework or his homework, and any adverb of time it may be used, that is just now. So Ram has finished his homework just now. Now one more that we have to understand by quoting this for present perfect tense. That is, to express this kind of action, that still that it is continued. One example, I have lived, in Mumbai for 5 years. One sentence that I have written, I, so word I, subject, I, so that the have is used. I have lived in Mumbai for 5 years. What does it mean of it? It means that still that I am living in Mumbai, I have not left. So, this is that the continuous action is going on. So, the sentence can be expressed like this also in terms of the present perfect tense. So this much today. Then again that I shall let you know about the present perfect tense in case of negative and interrogative, also that we shall discuss. Thank you.